Welcome. I want to deal with an issue that I was dealing with recently with my family here. The topic that you can give if you love to put titles on issues of discussion is you could title this as Cherish Your Dreams. We all have dreams. No one can live on the earth without dreams. And categorically, in very simple terms, I would like to define dreams in two ways. First is what comes into our consciousness when we fall asleep, and two, what we desire and what we wish for. And these two are completely different, and at times they don't really connect. However, on certain occasions, these two appear historically to have been connected. And as followers of the first five books of Moses, or Moshe, we always refer to dreams as and visions as communication with the spiritual world and spiritual realm. Ancient Egyptians are prominent in their desire to connect with this realm, and they would go into situations and lifetimes where they would create charms. I grew up in a situation and in a family where belief was rich, and my father was a wealth herbalist, full of wisdom and full of intelligence and spiritual connection, and he healed a number of people, and I assisted him in many areas of healing. But I was a novice, and as a person who was to become a Pentecostal later, I didn't follow his teachings or grow deeper into his profession. And when we look at charms and spells and magic potions and stuff like that, many would dismiss them as placebo-like effects, and they don't work. But I hasten to remind a lot of those people that want to dismiss this, that the people that run this world, the trillionaire clubs that are based in the United States, in Europe and China today, as well as Australia and other places of the earth, do engage in magic rituals. They engage in monthly magic rituals. You don't need to be a conspiracy theorist to believe that, but you have to just see the flags that we have, the symbols that companies wave upon us, and that symbol and symbolic language is the language of the subconscious mind. Therefore, when someone is carrying a charm in his pocket or around his wrist or around his waist or anything, he is desirous of connecting and being connected with a power that is beyond his physicality or beyond his own thought world. And therefore, let us not dismiss these things, because proof that we have given that the trillionaire clubs that have billions of dollars and that own physically this civilization that we have engage in magic rituals every month, perhaps, or every day on a daily basis in specific places where they know that these are places that have got a powerful influence. Because you see, life runs on frequencies. It is just a matter of frequencies, the frequency that you are connected to at any given time, and the wavelength that comes into your mind, affecting your mood, affecting your attitude and desire and wish, becomes your exteriorized power source. Now, we looked at this topic of cherish your dreams, because you are looking at one man who was born in a family of 11, and at a tender age, around 16 years old, he started to have dreams. The first dream was that he and his brothers were harvesting barley in a field, and they were putting them and wrapping them in bundles, and all the other bundles fell before his bundle. And his next dream was that he dreamed the 11 planets that were surrounding him, including the sun and the moon, and all the planets were bowing down to him. And as he told his brothers and parents, they cursed him and they gave him a powerful rebuke, because that was impossible. And this boy was 17 years old, and his life took a turn, and his brothers sold him into slavery, and he found himself living in Potiphar's house, managing the house. And this boy cherished a dream, and he knew that one day he's going to become a prominent person. He knew definitely that one day he was going to become great. And then here he finds himself in prison, and without any warning he would have failed to achieve his goal. And then as he was in prison, the Pharaoh who was ruling in that time cast two of his servants into the same dungeon. And one night, these two fellows had had specific dreams, and and they were perplexed. And this man interpreted those dreams and gave them the answers. And within the same day or as short time as possible, this came to pass, and the dreams were interpreted correctly. And so it happened that the Pharaoh now had an opportunity one night, and he dreamed seeing 7 fat cows grazing by the river Nile. And within a specific period, 7 more thin cows came up and gobbled and ate all those 7 cows, the fat ones. And the same dream was repeated twice. And when we look at the second dream, it was similar to the dream that Joseph had, where it was involved grain and plants. 7 grain, fat, health, and big were consumed by thin and gaunt ones, and the Pharaoh's priest and wise men could not interpret that. And then the fellow was rescued from, was once imprisoned with Joseph, came up and said, "Oh, there's a boy there in prison who can interpret that." And Joseph came up and gave the interpretation that there is a future of plenty which will be followed by a future of poverty. What does this mean? First, let us say this story is full of lies. Let us say this is just a creative story that was created by the authors of Genesis, the book of Genesis. Let us dismiss it in that sense and say, "Oh, well, it's fiction. It never existed. It never happened." But let us do something else here. Let's say, how can this apply? How can we interpret it to apply in our life? First and foremost, this first point that we have to look at is the general thrust of the story, whether it is human possible or human impossible activity to occur. Yes, we know that it's possible. And therefore, we know that each person has a goal, each person has a desire, each person wants to achieve something. If you live in this life without a purpose, without a desire to achieve something, without a direction of where you want to go or the things that you want to achieve, perhaps in the short term or in the long term, then you are not living well, you are not living adequately. Your life will be full of surprises and shocks, and you are likely to live unhappily without excitement. There is rarely anyone who lives on the earth who is excited and who is happy and who spends his time and at the same time does not know the purpose of life. Of course, this is the majority. But those that rule this world, those that are in finance, those that are in the military and guiding this world in various small wars, they've got a goal and they've got a purpose. And that is what they have achieved. They have achieved this because they've set a goal. And the principle that we learn in Cherish Your Dreams is that we must all be dreamers. We have a dream, we have a purpose connected with our talent and connected with who we are. We have something that we want to achieve. Let me give you a simple example. Henry T. Ford did not go to school, did not go to university, did not go to college, but he was a feeder machinist. He was a mechanical minded person, and in his days he proposed that he would not allow the horses to pull people any longer. He would make a machine that would be driven by people, and a lot of people dismissed it, but he had a dream and he achieved that dream. And Joseph, in his early times, in his early age, was given a dream, a divine dream. And he, in his heart, he knew that there was an ultimate force. He didn't know anything about Jesus. He didn't know anything about Trinity. He knew the creator of his ancestors. He knew that there was a single creator that had given him this vision. And he knew the laws of the creator, because we see him in Potiphar's house. He desired not to commit a sin of adultery. Whether this is based on understanding of ancient Egyptian law, which we call as the laws of Ma'at, we know that definitely and intrinsically he knew that he must keep himself clean. And therefore, as you look and cherish towards achieving your dreams and realizing your dreams to become a reality, there are systems around that disturbs you, that pulls you apart, that pulls you away from your destiny, from the goal that you have set. And the lesson that we learn from this story of cherish your dreams is that as you share what you want with people, as the parents and friends and the relatives and brothers of Joseph hated him, there will be people that will not desire and like to cherish and share your dream. There will be others that will share and cherish your dreams. That's honest. And therefore, let us all benefit from this short video on cherishing and desiring to cherish your dreams, because it is only when we are connected to a divine source, to a divine power, to an ultimate source, to an ultimate power, that's only when we can say surely and honestly we are connected to the universe, and we are able to cause the frequencies of the universe to give us that which is worthy of us. We are the people of ancient times, and we are the original people of ancient times. Therefore, let us keep focused as a holy nation that is rising up again.